Alright, Good morning everyone and welcome back to another video. It's been a little while since I picked up the camera. By a little while I mean like a week. Been ages. Don't know how to do this anymore, I'm panicking. And I'm going to take you through a full day of eating today, and what I need to do first of all is I'm going to cut here. Not right here, but like when I eventually pause. I'm going to cut and I'm going to make a very important announcement as to what my future holds in terms of bodybuilding and prep next year. So, cut, and I will then announce and come back and show you food. Okay, so I figured I would film the clip now as to who my coach is. Obviously, in the video later on, you'll see who I say anyway, after the decision is made. However, I have decided to go with Ethan Harris, who is part of the JBF Brigade. So Josh Bridgman's sort of coaching, he's his head coach. And yeah, it was a very, very challenging decision. And I think the final thing that did it for me is the complete honesty that came with it. I'm very aware of areas that I know are weak on my body, hence why I've been trying to increase my upper body or chest specific volume. And I'm very aware that that is my weak area. And for someone to come in and say, look, if you want to be competitive, if you want to win shows, if you want to win overall competitions and go for like pro cards, things like that, which is what I want to do, we need to bring up those areas. And obviously it was a really, really hard pill to swallow after the call, saying that realistically, we need to do that rather than compete next year. And I'm still not like, I'm still sad about it, and I will be, I think, for a little while, because I want to compete. I've wanted to compete since I was, like, since 2019. So by the time I compete, that will be 5 years of wanting to do something and put my all into it. But I think realistically, knowing what I'm like and how I want to take this sport, I want to be as competitive as possible. I'll be 27 at the time, which was nice to be reminded that that is still young for the sport. I think you look at some of the youngsters and the teens and the juniors coming through and it's just like, you think you're done basically. But in reality, 27, I've still potentially got, you've still potentially got like 13 to 15 years left in the sport if you really want to do something with it. So yeah, so it was a tough pill to swallow, but the fact that someone was honest with me and said, look, we got to do this to do this, made me like respect that side of things more, and made me realize that someone isn't just trying to take money off me to do something that I want to do. Not that I'm saying the other people I spoke to would have done that, but I think that's just like another thing with it. And yeah, I'm hoping I can get a lot of knowledge out of it. I like the detail that they bring. And yeah, and like I said in the video as well, if something I don't enjoy about it, or I'm sat here in 4 months time going, oh, I wish I went with someone else, then the chance is to be there and do that. But I have to give this my best shot before doing that. But anyway, I'm gonna get on with the rest of the video. You'll see meals, stress, and then the final decision, obviously, as I make it. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of the video, and I've tried to make this as honest as possible so you guys can see the sort of like how seriously I am taking this and how seriously it all does mean to me. Yeah. Back to yesterday, me. Yes, as you will now know, don't know why I have a knife, this looks very threatening. I have decided to go with a coach, and because of that, we need to get into like a little cleanup phase just so that they can get into like the best part with me and sort of get me in the best position in terms of training, food, and the structure that we're then going to follow for prep. So basically, we are doing a very harsh mini cut. I'm not right now with a coach because I haven't decided, because obviously that's tonight, but yeah. But both of the calls I had, it very much included a little cleanup phase just to get me in the best position for working with them, and then sort of the rest of October, which is about a week and a bit, and then the whole of November will be like a really harsh mini cut. So food gets dropped down and we try and increase our expenditure whilst also holding on to training performance. But obviously with the fact it will be working with a new coach, my split will change. So learning potentially new exercises, new structure of sessions, things like that will all come into play. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of transition time, but hopefully we can keep any muscle mass that we've built from the sort of like small off season we've just done, which is about 5.5, 6 months, something like that, and just try and go from there. So I need to make up my first meal, which is breakfast today. We're going with a protein and fat meal, so we're going with 4 bacon medallions and 2 eggs. Luckily, with where my food was pushed up quite high, I still do have some good meals coming up today, but yeah, the volume of certain carbohydrates is just lower, but that's how it goes. So I'm going to make my first meal and show you what it looks like, even though it is going to be bacon and eggs, so you can probably think of what it looks like, right? Okay, so very simple breakfast is served, and then we'll take all our tablets at the same time. So we've got our psyllium husks, cod liver oil, D3, odorless garlic, and our multivit. So I am back from my first session of cardio, 25 minutes on the stepper, and then I got some steps as well, just to tick that off. Going to Asda later to get a few bits like mini cut essentials. And yeah, that's what's been going on. I'm now making up my lunch, and then I'm heading over to my mum's to help her with some tip trip. And then back here I have another coaching call from an application I submitted, and then it's decision time.
Wow, they'll know already.
Yeah, they'll know already, and then I'm still in decision time. This is why also that I'm doing my mini cut the way I am. So like, I don't know what they're gonna do with me, or like what food they're gonna put me on, like all that sort of stuff, how much cardio. So I'm sort of winging it for this week potentially until I know what's going on, but I think that's a better way of doing it than just giving them only a month or something to actually work with me. So hopefully that puts me in a better position to work with whoever I have gone with. So next meal going in, this one's a bit of a mismatched one just to try and hit those macros. Got a bit more structure with the rest of the meals throughout the day, but yeah. So I'm gonna enjoy this and then busy afternoon commences. So I have now been to my mum's to help her with getting rid of stuff to the tip, and I'm now home. I've obviously had the 2 meals so far. I'm going to have another one in a second, which I think is going to be my cream of rice meal. So we're roughly hitting about 2,500 calories today, 25 minutes of cardio, and then steps somewhere between 10 to 12k is sort of my thinking. Yeah, I have my next coaching call in about an hour or an hour and 15 minutes. So that will give me the last bit of information I need, and then I can sort of divvy up everything from there and make my final decision. But yeah, next meal is 80 grams of cream of rice, which is like, I think like the first time I've had under 100 grams in God knows how long. Makes me sad. Same with the oats later. It's a lot smaller. It's a bit sad. Yeah, so I'm going to have those meals, and that is the plan for now. So, let's get you set up. I'm not looking at my chest. Hello. I will still be utilising Glycomax in meals that are above sort of like 50 grams of carbs. So this one is. So obviously if we can keep things going to the right places, then that's going to make it better when we eventually reverse out as well after this. Sorry if you can hear the dishwasher. No, not the dishwasher. The washing machine going. This will be 6 litres of water, which will pretty much tick me off for the day. And as normal with this meal, we've got 60 grams of whey in there made into a sludge, a caramel biscuit one. We've got 85% dark chocolate, we're having the whole thing, which is 25 grams, and then we've got 80 grams of pineapple. So I imagine this sort of thing will probably be quite similar for my training day, non-training day, to start with at least, until I get a sort of an idea of where my calories and macros might be eventually. But yeah, so it's just going to be learning, trying to figure out what we need to do, getting the right amount still in, and trying to still prioritise training performance as best as possible. So yeah, it's going to be interesting, it's going to be fun, I'm going to be hungry, but we're here for it. And we've got the best support network in the world after Marcy's prep.
Yeah.
Ain't that right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Wait,
it'll be fine.
can you just poke your head around the corner slightly so I can see you? There we go. So obviously you guys already know who I've gone for. I'm fucking stressed as shit. It's just a, yeah. Just feels like such a big decision. I feel like I'm putting pressure on myself to get it right, whereas in reality, if it doesn't work, you can change, but gotta figure this out. Okay, so it is now a lot later. The last time you saw me was before I made any sort of decision about who I went with. And basically, I went with the last person I spoke with, who basically put things a bit more into perspective and was very honest with me and just said, I need to bring up areas which I'm aware that I need to bring up.
Just getting some Haribo's.
So very much honest about the areas I need to work on, which is my chest and my sort of like front view of the lats, so width basically. And so I decided to go with them because clearly it's more to them than just, yeah, we'll get him on stage and get some nice photos for him and stuff like that. I think he realises that I want to be competitive. I want to win shows. I don't want to turn up and get no first call outs or anything like that. So realistically, all of that comes then with the plan of not competing next year, going into a mini cut for now, which is sort of what all the others were saying anyway. Getting that fat off, getting into a really, really good spot to push food, to push training, to grow, and then go from there. Obviously, I would have loved to have competed next year, but this is the case, and this is going to give me the best opportunity to make the best of my first season. So yeah, just trying to go towards that then, and delay the first time on stage, but with the best package we can possibly bring. I am now having my last meal, which is 80 grams of oats. I put lots of water in there so it hopefully fills it up a bit more, and Marty's having Haribo just to rub it in. Otherwise, yeah, so you guys now know the plan, and I will do another video at some point, probably once I start with them, of just what I will be doing, how we're going to look at it. As soon as I get my program through, I will break that down in a YouTube video, and I will just do all of that stuff so you guys are fully in the loop. I was not even focusing on myself because I was stirring my oats. I'm fucking hungry. But yeah, so I'm going to eat this, and then that's that. Okay, so we have been chilling out. We are now done for the day. So yeah, I'm very nervous. I feel a bit sad that I'm not competing next year, but we have to remember the bigger picture. Stage will always be there. We want to bring our best, and that is the plan, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's exactly what you're going to do. You'll look back and you'll be so glad that you've taken this year to grow and work with your coach, because you'll be on stage winning first place, first call outs, pro card.
And that's what we're remembering if it happens, Marcy saying that.
When?
There we go. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. It's been like a completely raw reaction to choosing a coach, picking a coach, getting a coach, for someone who's been self-coached for pretty much a year and a half now. Doing my own thing, trying to get it right, trying to learn as much as possible, but now understanding that someone else being in charge might be the most beneficial thing. So yeah, I will keep you guys all updated with any changes that happen. Currently, like I said, trying to help with the mini cut and just load up with 2,500 calories across the week, so training day, non-training day. Cardio 4 sessions, 25 minutes. So nothing too major, but we'll see by next week what changes are made. We may be on lower food, we may be on higher food, we may have more cardio, we may have less cardio, I don't know. And that's the beauty of it. But once we get into a routine, we'll be absolutely flying. But yeah, if you guys have enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up, it would really mean a lot. Subscribe if you have not. Have a good day, and goodbye.